Hello everybody and welcome once again to Now Loading, this time for the week of May 6, 2015. Here to run down this week's biggest releases in the gaming industry. This week, as I've said other times in the past, is a very heavy digital week with really only one standout retail title hitting stores. That one is actually a remake of one of last year's best games and biggest surprises, and we're talking about Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor Game of the Year Edition. This is a side story in the Lord of the Rings franchise and one of the biggest surprises of last year. Nobody really expected a lot from it, but it ended up garnering a ton of nods for Game of the Year, and it was personally one of my favorites of 2014. The game reminds me a lot of the Arkham series in terms of its combat system and the way you run around the environments of Middle-earth. You'll spend most of your time simply hacking and slashing your way through legions of orcs and bad guys as you seek revenge on those who killed you and your family. Being a Game of the Year edition, that means that this will be the base game plus all of the various downloadable content that was released over the past year in a single package. If you missed out on it before, you definitely want to check it out this time. The big game launching this week is the digital release Wolfenstein: The Old Blood from Bethesda and Machine Games. This is classic Wolfenstein. It's actually a prequel to last year's The New Order. If you're familiar with the franchise, you know exactly what to expect here. Pick up any and every gun you can find and shoot everything that moves, which in this case is a bunch of Nazis during a fictionalized version of World War II. Just imagine a modern-looking shooter without all of the heavy mechanics and strategies required today. That's what you're going to get with this one. Another thing I definitely want to mention is that Mortal Kombat X fans can look to download Friday the 13th star Jason Voorhees today if you own the Combat Pack. If you don't own it, you're going to have to wait till next week when he'll be available on his own. And as always, for more information on all of this and a whole lot more, you'll definitely want to head on over to GamingNexus.com.